Hey everyone, this is Kevin from Kevin's Micro Fleet. Today I've got a Marvel Legends review. We're going to be taking a look at the Spider-Man, the Agent Venom, Flash Thompson figure. We're going to take a look at the packaging, at the figure, at the accessories. We'll do some measurements and we'll do a comparison. Let's go ahead and dive into the review. Now let's go ahead and start with the packaging. As you can see here, I love these retro boxes that these come in. So you've got Marvel Spider-Man there at the top. You've got your Agent Venom Flash Thompson right there, as well as you get a chance to see the figures, the figure and all of the accessories. As we turn this thing around to the back, you get a chance to see the other figures that come in this specific series, as well as you get some other copy on there. If you're looking for the UPC, here is the UPC. So you can be able to go ahead and scan that and find it. These are showing up in Target, so if you haven't gone by to check it out, maybe you can find one there. Let's go ahead and break this thing out of the box and take a look at the actual figure. Now let's go ahead and start here with the accessories. So he has a couple different sets of hands. He's got two, the hands that are on there actually to be able to hold the weapons that he comes with. Then he has two different fists. He's got a right fist and a left fist. And then he also has a right hand and a left hand here of his fingers in like this claw type of a grip. And these look really, really nice. They've got the fingers elongated there, like he's got really sharp nails on his fingers, which looks very cool. You also get a second head, so you got him with his mask on. His eyes are kind of squinted as well. He's got, this is going to be a ball joint as well, which you can see there. But a very cool head. And then we also have these two weapons. So he's got like a handgun here, and then he has a larger rifle. Both of these look really, really cool. It does look like the tip of this is bent just slightly from being in the package. So that should be pretty easy to straighten out with a little bit of heat to be able to put that thing so that it looks nice and straight. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. So the figure here looks incredible. So the face sculpt here looks really nice. I mean, I'm typically a Star Wars Black Series or Micro Galaxy Squadron collector, so getting a chance to see some of these Marvel Legends series figures is it's just different. But a really nice job there with the sculpt of the hair as well as the ear and the face. I mean, everything looks really, really nice on this figure. So he's got some armor on, and as we keep moving around there, he's got obviously that big spider there on his chest as well as on his back. He's got, you know, the belt on, the holster on his leg. All looks really, really cool. And so I want to go ahead and run through just the articulation. So with the head, the neck does not move, but his head does move. It's on a ball joint there. And then you also have his arms here, obviously limited by this big shoulder piece there, but you can move those all the way around 360. He's got double elbow joints. He's got the typical wrist movement that you have, as you can see with some of these extra hands. He's also got some movement here with the torso. So he can bend a little bit there at the top of the rib cage, but he doesn't have any movement around the waist. So there is nothing going on there. Then with his legs are on some ball joints as well as he's got a swivel at the thigh. He's got double knee joints on there. And then also he has some movement here on his foot like all of the other figures have. So those are all of the articulations that you're going to get with him, which again look really, really cool. So let's go ahead and suit him up with some of the gear, and then we'll come right back. Now here he is with his guns in hand, and not super easy to get them in. So for whatever reason, this rifle here just doesn't seem to sit very well in his hand. You know, certainly it would work well with one of these other hands here, with like his claw hand holding underneath the barrel of a gun there, and that would look a little bit better. But I did also notice as I was going to put his put this other gun on, it doesn't have any forearm movement at all. It does have some movement there at the top of the bicep to be able to move that, but you can't twist his forearm around to make that look a little bit better. So it does look kind of funny with his hand holding the gun like that. Again, probably some other configurations that you can put him in that makes it look a little bit better. But let's go ahead and change his head out and some of the different hand options. Here's another pretty cool pose here. You've got his new head on. You've got the gun holstered there. He's got his one hand here in that claw grip and then his fist. And they all look pretty well proportioned to one another. And I was thinking initially when I was looking at the head that the head just didn't quite look right relative to the body. But now that it's on here, this does look really cool. Now I've got his one hand here to be able to hold the gun as well as the other claw hand. You can see there that's what it would look like if you ended up putting it underneath for him to be able to hold it. It doesn't look great, but it looks close enough that if you were passing by it on a shelf, it would be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and do some measurements here, and then we're going to go ahead and do a comparison. Now I'll start with his height. So he does stand at just over 6 inches tall, so maybe almost 6¼ inches. With the wingspan here, which you can't quite get his arms all the way out. It's really close. Again, those shoulders kind of hold it up. That ends up being just about the same, maybe 6¼ And then front to back, he's not very thick, so maybe an inch. Those are your measurements. Let me go ahead and grab another Venom figure for a comparison. So now we have our Agent Venom next to the actual Venom, and you can see the size comparison there. The Venom on the right is much bigger than the Flash Thompson, which I guess is what it is. I guess that's the way it should be anyways. But way bigger with the height as well as the size of the arms, the size of the hands, feet, kind of all of it. And I did want to do one other comparison here to one of my favorite figures of the Marvel series that I've collected, which is the 1997 Wolverine. And it's kind of funny to see Wolverine because he's so short relative to all of the other figures. But there he is relative to that Agent Venom. He's really small. But either way, I think this is a great pickup. If you like the Legend series, go ahead and grab it. If you like the review, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and feel free to check out my Amazon storefront that has links to some of the other Marvel toys as well as other collectibles. Thanks for tuning in. I look forward to seeing everybody on the next review.